Hi. How we doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. There it is. Oh, shit. Shush. Sorry. All right. I own this company, so we all know. Build websites. Okay. Let's dive in, shall we? Pretty good day. I'm pretty tired. Had a lot of fun. So let's just do this thing. Okay. So it's a little out of order, but I want to talk about some stuff. Hi, Dylan. I know you're probably on fucking COD. I have to do this, and I'll be on. Oh, no, maybe not. When do you get a shirt? You don't want this shirt. This is not an FBP shirt. Pretty soon. I'm actually. It's funny. This right here, this topic here. I'm meeting a bunch of people. I've met a bunch of people this week. And they are very much in the actual clothing, industry and apparel and everything like that. It is quite interesting what they're putting together. So there's a very good chance that in the somewhat near-ish future, I will have not like a team, but like a company, I guess, or like some sort of body of people to help me make shirts like domestically here and other clothing and stuff, I guess, as well. So that is awesome. I don't know what the full status is on that yet, but I will get to that. So just hold your horses, bud. It'll be here soon. Ow. My straw hit my tooth. Okay. Anyway. I hung out with Amanda here later this evening. We had caliente, fuck ton of food. Again, if you're not following me on my Instagram, you have to follow me on there. I put funny things occasionally on my story and all of the food that I eat. So go follow me. But yeah, so I did that. We had some really great pizza and such. That was fantastic. I worked on the Ray's special calendar day, which is like a really stupid little thing that I do each month for my grandmother's restaurant. But it is a good opportunity to say that I've been working as at the restaurant, but also as the what I would call the IT person and all the marketing and everything for that for many years, probably 14 at this point since I was a wee lad. It's evolved a little bit, but ultimately I think if anybody is out there and they have that experience or they can get that experience at a young age, or if you want to teach your kids to do shit at a young age, if you have a business, if you don't have a business, just start working when you're young. Like I said, that's been a huge benefit to me. I think it's improved my work ethic tremendously over the years. And even though it sucks now because I'm trying to do a bunch of different things and occasionally I have to do some outside things like that, it still has had a very positive effect on my life, I think. So that's a tip for you, free tip. So I did FBP 54. I published everything. I got it worked up and promoted. Obviously, today's the day, noon, Wednesdays. Watch the FBP episodes, please. We'll go there real quick, if I could spell. This is not done yet. Excuse the, landing page. Store is launching soon. Go follow all the social medias and such. But if you want to listen to the podcast, you can. Here's all the links and such down here. And if we go to the YouTube channel, this might start playing. Shush. You can see all of the things and our glorious 19 subscribers. Please go subscribe. Here's the link. I'll give you the link. I'm a kind person. Please go subscribe there. But we had Max Mirho on. Tremendous dude. He's doing a lot of content like entrepreneurship and all sorts of other stuff. Big on LinkedIn, also YouTube and Twitch as well. So this was a really good talk, almost close to 2 hours, and I don't know, I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Good time. Go check it out. I think we're recording the next one on Saturday, so yeah, we're just going to keep going with that. And I have a lot more guests now that I can ask to go on FBP. I will talk about that in a minute. So we promoted that and everything, and that process is going good. We just need to keep doing that, and it'll slowly grow. I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far, so that's good. And again, related to that, I watched Max's Entreprenerd stream, so I will plug that here. Entreprenerd and entrepreneur.blog. So this is Max's site. This is, like I just said, the guest that we just had on, doing a lot of stuff about entrepreneurship, and he has kind of like he does 2 live streams per week. If you watch the episode, you'll know that. And then he also has like kind of like other class things and stuff like that. He does like pretty much blogs and does everything that he learns. He basically writes up or does like a live stream and everything on it. So highly recommend checking that out. I watched his today. It was on. It's probably here actually already. Maybe not. It's on like app integrations and stuff like that. So if you ever use like Zapier or just anything to like connect like 2 apps that you wouldn't think could be connected, it's dope. I've used it slightly in the past, but I learned a lot today from him, so that's tremendous. Go watch the episode. Go follow Max. There's the theme there. Okay. Really, the main part of my day from after the episode went live until, like I hung out with Amanda and just chilled for the rest of the evening, and now I'm here, was really kind of 2 big things. And I talked about CHIMERA. I think I said that right this time. It's the first time. I talked about CHIMERA a little bit 2 days ago, and I don't want to go crazy in depth, but there are a bunch of dudes that are in the Pittsburgh scene. I don't know, like clothing and music and like just general like creative space. And they're working on a bunch of stuff, and I knew them from mutual connections, a couple of them, and I met a bunch of good dudes these past couple days. And they're working on like sort of like I'll just call it like a warehouse space for like a lot of creative like workflow stuff to go down. And I'm very excited that I get to be a part of that. I was literally today, like I went there and I helped like they're building it up. So I helped paint some stuff. I helped like clean, do different things like that. And really just trying to make some connections with great people, ambitious people that are probably fueled by progress. But it was a great time. And I know nothing about general contracting, but these guys have basically done it, bootstrapped this place together, and I give them a ton of credit, and I'm very happy to see them continue to succeed and move forward and all that, and I'm happy to be a part of it, like I said. So I was there for like 4 or 5 hours today, and helping them and just again conversing with what they have going on, and just really trying to build this network of people that I know and can potentially help me grow as well, and as I do the same for them. And I think there's something really special when you bring people together that are both ambitious, for instance, right? Like a group of people that are all ambitious, but they all have their own specialties. So it's like you can learn something from one person, but you can teach that same person something that they didn't know. I think that is fucking awesome. And there's something that I really want to be a part of there. And I want to continue to create that sort of network on my own as well. So very excited about that. And I think it's a really good experience. I think it's a really good learning experience to have those types of environments, those like think tank type of environments where you can really try to prosper as much as you can. Because I just think that's kind of my goal and my aspirations in life. So very excited. I will try to update you guys as much as possible. They've been kind of keeping some of that stuff like under wraps in a sense, but I'm actually lobbying for them to put more of it out there because I think it's really incredible what they're doing. And I think people need to get invested in that type of a story for it to be, maximally effective. But regardless, you will definitely see some more of that stuff from me because I plan to be, somewhat involved with that moving forward. So that's dope. All that being said, and sort of on the same line, I have this last, bit of mumbo jumbo here that really doesn't mean anything. So I'll probably just switch it over here and just talk about it. But let me try to well, first let me preface it with this, that sometimes like I'm driving, most of the time I'm driving, and I'm thinking like, my mind's wandering, or I'm listening to a podcast or something, and I have an idea. I have like some sort of thing that comes to mind based off of what I'm listening to or whatever. So I jot it down real quick, or I talk it into my phone or whatever. And first off, I think it's really important to do that, because a lot of times like things slip from my mind and I'm like, fuck, that was a really good idea or a really good thought or something like that to share. Just share the shit, man. Like, I remember when I was working at a job, that was one big thing, because I always gave a fuck what other people thought of me posting stuff. That was stupid as fuck. Don't do that. But just in general though, like when you're just starting out, like don't give a shred of a fuck what you're saying. Like, okay, it's a little drastic. What I mean is that if you have something that you believe in and you have something that like can help people or whatever the case may be, just fucking share it. Like, don't look for the approval of everyone else. As long as you're not hurting anybody directly, you're going to be absolutely fine. So what I mean is, and to bring it back to this case, let me just give you the example of today. So I was listening to a podcast. It's called like the Patrick Bet-David podcast or something like that. But look up Patrick Bet-David. He's a great entrepreneur. He's down in Texas, and he has a podcast with a couple of his colleagues, people that he has, working for him and connects with or whatever. And I just now can't remember what piece of the podcast. I think I was just thinking about the podcast. Okay. I do remember. Okay. So this podcast is on a brand new channel. It's got maybe like 20,000 subscribers or something, but his channel on YouTube, Valuetainment, which you may have seen before if you're in this space, is really good. Highly recommend it. I've watched a lot of his content, and he's grown heavily over the years. I think he's probably over like 2 million subscribers or something like that. My mind started to wander, and I was like, that's interesting, because this is normally how my mind works. I think of one thing. One random thought comes to my mind, and then I chain that together with another one, and then that one gets chained with another one, and that one gets chained with another one. Now I'm like 4 deviations away from whatever the fuck I was first thinking about, and I'm like, how did I get to this topic? So I think this chain of stuff kind of went from like, wow, that's 2 million's a lot. That's weird though, that like, it's funny that this podcast, which I think is really good and I enjoy more than the content, honestly, is only getting, several thousand several thousand subscribers and several thousand views, but the other channel has like 2 million. So I thought that was interesting. And then I was like, I deviated again. I was like, wow, 2 million's like, it's not like a huge number. I'm a person with numbers. It's like, I don't think like Jeff Bezos' money is a lot of money. Like, even though it is a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he can get there, then it's not a lot of money. That's a weird way to put it, but I'm always like that with money. It's like, that's not that much. Like, if you work hard, obviously somebody fucking got there, then you can get there, type of mentality. But that's kind of an aside. With this number though, this 2 million number, it's like, that's a lot, but it's really not a lot. Like, plus how many people actually watch the videos and all that sort of stuff. So my mind kind of went there. And like, again, I was comparing it and I was like, that's interesting. But then I stopped and I was like, this deviation was like the one that kind of made me really think. And I was like, I bet you, like, I was thinking about this idea. When Patrick Bet-David on Valuetainment, that's a channel with 2 million subscribers, gets a new subscriber, it means basically nothing, like in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, I mean, like that one subscriber is just a drop in a big bucket. But when I get a new subscriber, it's like literally 1% of what I have right now, like 120 or something like that on YouTube. Okay. And I thought, like, you really have to, like, the growth of your audience is so much more impactful when you're starting. I'll try to define this further for you. Over the past like few months of me doing this stuff, people have came to me, few, I'll call it like a handful, maybe 5 to 10 people, and have seen what I'm doing, gotten interested, had their own thought of what they want to do, or something that they're interested in, or life advice, career advice, whatever, and they ask me about it. I love every single time that happens, right? But if I had 2 million subscribers, like, I'd either be getting inundated with a bunch of shit and couldn't keep up, or like, it would just all get clogged and, like, and into like some sort of like void. You know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that it's definitely harder for you to realize at that point, because right now I am literally interacting with basically all my followers. Every comment I get, every, message and everything like that, I'm able to handle it because it's not that many. But when you get to that point, it's like I feel like it would probably almost lose the fun of it slightly. I mean, it'd be different at least, right? Because you can't interact with that many fucking people on a daily basis. I mean, I don't think you can, right? So the point of it is, right now, I'm looking at this note here that I made. Like, for instance, right now, it's a lot of fun because each new person, like literally, like a singular person, is a new opportunity to like influence or to help in a way, right? Or just to talk to. But when you're at that point, it's like way different because that's not the situation anymore. So I just thought that was interesting. And then the last culmination of all that is like, so in my opinion, from that analysis, the point is that you have to enjoy the whole process, even right now when it fucking sucks because you're so small and you have nothing, like you don't have much to show for it in a sense. Like you're building everything up and like you're not like famous or anything like that. I'm not saying fame is the goal. I'm just saying, like you're small and you don't have a ton of followers. And everybody's like, wondering like, oh, like, or how do you get more followers? How do you increase your audience and all that sort of stuff? You have to enjoy right now, because when you get to that point, it might not be as fun, or it might not be like you can't. And here's the other thing. You have to enjoy it, but you also have to be very responsible. You can't fuck people over because you think you're getting to be hot shit like right now and like, oh, I can't help you, dude. I'm fucking working on myself. Like I try to treat every single person that I come across. I try to understand what they're doing, where they've been, what they want to do in the future, and if there's any way that I think that I can help them, or I ask questions, and I like to, these past couple of days have been great. Like I'm trying to understand these new people that I'm meeting and what they're doing and what they know, what they're struggling with, and see if I can, fill any of those voids, because I fucking love that. And I know naturally, based on the other things that I've seen, at some point there might be a time when I can't do that as much anymore because of the volume. I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the case or not, but it very well may be. So all I'm saying is, and it kind of goes without saying, but I always need to be reminded of it. You have to fucking love the process. You have to enjoy and be fulfilled by the stuff that you're doing every single day, and not just the goal at the end, because the goal is a fucking second. The process is years. Like, think about that. It's like when you get to the goal, it's like, oh, great, that's the goal. Well, it's a fucking second long. It's like, goal, gone. Now what else are we going to do? Now we got to do something else and work towards another goal. That's going to take 10 years to get to and 1 second to, actually experience. So, again, that's just kind of the way that I think. But everything that I'm doing, I have just done my absolute best to make sure that I'm enjoying the process of everything and enjoying, all those things that come with trying to reach a goal, not just the goal itself. And yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it. I think I did hopefully a decent job at explaining that thought that I had in my head. And, I would love for you guys to all think about that and try to take that advice, because I think that is very vital for a good life. At least in my opinion, I'm having a good time. So, but yeah, as always though, let me just reiterate that if anybody needs any help with the sort of stuff that I have expertise in, not expertise, but any sort of experience in, I would love to chat. I'm always trying to continue to meet new people, connect new people, understand how people, what people do and all this other stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. But as always, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. And I think tomorrow I got to do AM and the PM That needs to go out at 3 p.m. I have 2 hockey games, I think, later in the day, and I have no idea what the middle of the day is going to be, but I have, again, with the weirdness of my last few days here, I am behind slightly on the AM and the PM stuff, and specifically the clips. So, like the clips of the episode. So that desperately needs done and caught up on. So I will be doing that, and I will try to post most of that stuff if I can on these channels. But yeah, so regardless, though, I appreciate the support. As always, thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.